Yeah. Imanikan. We're holding the Flamadal of the base on the bottom. Esvi.
Sure.
Yeah. Esvi Rav Avnuna Le'ulo. Telling me that if you eat a shlishi, your guf becomes tamei. Esvi Rav Avnuna Le'ulo. Soon we're going to be past these sugyas. You just have to hold them tight here. Harishon shebechulin. If a fruit touches avat tuma, it becomes a rishon, and it's chulin. Tamei, it has the power to be metamel. It's tamei itself. Umetama, it's metama other thing. Vasheni, poisel ve'ena metama. If it's already the second level away, then it's only poisel, meaning it itself becomes posel, but it doesn't have the power to transmit tumah to something else. Vashlishi, and over here it says mufur shlishi, the third, one more step away. Vashlishi nechol binozid adema. You could take this truma, which is a shlishi, you could put it into a stew. You could put it into a pot full of food. In other words, you could eat it. Ask the Gemara, according to what you told me, that his body becomes tamei, it becomes also for him to eat truma. His body becomes tamei to the point that if he inserts food into his mouth, it's not allowed. You're not allowed to put truma. Are you telling me that he should eat the stew where his body becomes tamei? This stew, this mixed stew, is different. It doesn't become a shlishi at all. Why? How much truma is in there? The truma is just the spices. In order for you to be over, you have to eat a kazayis, pras. No, so that it's impossible to get to kazayis of spices within that shear, 3-5 minutes, whatever it is, to eat a full kazayis of spices is impossible. So memela what? Memela it's not even a shlishi. Now, this is the Rashi that I was telling Levi. It's a good thing he's here. It's a very interesting Rashi. There's a lot of Rishonim that are mechulek on him. Smack in the middle of this big Rashi, it says v'kashali, and it says mikol mokoim heichis afinu limidei the pasuk legufay the truma v'muzu milifsol as gufoy. Rashi says that a person has a isser, he's muzer milifsol as gufoy. He's not allowed to make his body tamei. That's what Rashi says. Mikan letumas gvir deiraisa. Some want to say that maybe Rashi is talking about a kohen. Bekitzer. Fine, but this is the Rashi. This is where that Yesod comes from. There are a few that say that he himself has the Isser, and that's what the Sugi is based on, his Isser of making his body tamei. Fine. Omar Rabbi Yonason, Omar Rebbe. Here's the good news. On Lamed the Beis, we're going to start new sugyas. Whoever is confused with the sugya of Tumah. I'm enjoying it so far. I think it's geshmak once in a while it's fascinating sugyas. Omer Rabbi Yosin Omer Rebbe, ha'oichel shlishi shel truma atzmo. Until now, we were talking about what? We're talking about somebody that's makbid on chulin to pretend in his mind that it's truma. But what about the truma itself? That's a shlishi. What's a shlishi? It's a fruit that touched a sheretz, that touched another fruit. Here, I made this is for a little later. I'm pulling it out earlier because this is the only chart for today, so we're going to have to use it a couple times. But these are the 3 steps. There's a person that we're going to see, we didn't discuss him yesterday, we're going to discuss him today. A person who's makbid to eat everything that he has in his house, the chulin, altaris chulin. Meaning, not to let it become tamei for chulin. What does tamei for chulin mean? If a sheretz whose avatuma touches the fruit becomes a what? A rishon. And he's makbid, and it's not such great graphics, but this is the final step. Eating something, this green apple that touched this. This is a rishon, and then it touches green apple, he's not allowed to eat it. That's what he's makbid on. As you see, each step goes further and further. If he's makbid on truma, so he's makbid on one additional step. That he's not going to touch a fruit that touched the sheretz. The sheretz is avatuma. This becomes rishon because it touched the sheretz. This becomes sheni because it touched the rishon. And that's what he's going to be makbid on, not to eat. And kodesh is up to a shlishi. Okay? So just one equals another step. Now, what we discussed yesterday, what we're going to discuss today as well, is if a person is only makbid on this little shvacha thing, not one step removed from a dead mouse, so maybe he's going to allow this to creep in. He's not going to be so makbid on one more step removed. B'meila, if a person is makbid on truma, so everything this guy is makbid on is zero for him. Yeah? This guy is super makbid on one more step removed, so he has to always think that the Chullin guy is a shegitz, is like, he doesn't care about anything. He's going to let mice touch all the food, and memela, they're all rishons. And the guy that's makbid on kodesh, which is 3 steps removed, he has to pretend that the guy that's makbid on truma is 0. You don't say, oh, the guy that's makbid on truma is makbid half. He's not makbid on anything. Says the Gemara. Oh, that's part of the discussion. It's a 3-way machlokes. It's literally 3 shitas. There is one shita like that. We're going to discuss, actually. Okay, says the Gemara. Omer Rabbi Yonasan, Omer Rabbi Oicha, Shlishi shel Truma Atzma. He eats. This guy that's a Shlishi, 1, 2, 3. Rishon Sheni Shlishi Atzma, and it's Truma itself. Osur lechol. What happens to his body? His body becomes also to put food in, but he's allowed to touch. His body's not strong enough, it doesn't give tum off. He's allowed to touch other fruit, because nothing happens to the other fruit. Says the Gemara of Yitzchak, the Ula of Yitzchak, the Rabbi Yonasan. Ula said is halacha by Chullin, that's a shlishi. Rabbi Yonasan said is that same halacha by actual truma, that's a shlishi. What's the difference? They're both shlishis. One is chulin that he's being makbid like truma, and one is truma itself. Says the Gemara, simple. Tzrichusa v'tzrich de'ula v'tzrich de'Rabbi Yonasan. V'imid de'ula hava amino hanamili b'chulin shenatzal taras truma. Only dafka that somebody took a piece of chulin and pretended that it's truma. He's being makbid. He's putting the chumras of truma on a chulin. Ava truma. But if it's truma itself, b'negia nami also. I have to be much more makbid on the actual truma. It's the Rabbi Yonasan. V'im the Rabbi Yonasan, and if I don't have Rabbi Yonasan, havamin animili truma. I'm so makbid that his body becomes tamei because it's truma. Avachulin b'achila nami shari. But if it was just plain old chulin that he put extra chumras on his chulin, then I'll think he's even allowed to eat the shlishi. Says the Gemara. Yosef Rav Yitzchak bar Shmuel bar Martok HaMeider of Nachman. Another sheet of Yosef Kolmar. Ha'oichel shlishi shel chulin shenasal taras hakodesh. Now, if you could peek onto Daf Lamed Daled Amud Beis, you don't even have to turn the page. Top line. What does it say over there? Omar Rabasi, second line. Omar Rabbi Yaneh. Ha'oichel shlishi shel chulin. If a person eats a shlishi of chulin, he has a regular fruit in his house called chulin, like our Masechta, right? It's not truma, it's nothing. It's just chulin. Shenasu al taras hakodesh. He's makbid what? On the most stringent kpeidas in the world. On taras hakodesh. What does Ravasi say? Nase gufu sheni lekodesh. His body actually goes up a step. He becomes more chomer than what he ate. He ate a shlishi his body goes backwards to a sheni, meaning his body is able to be matama other fruit and make those other fruit a shlishi. Again, he ate a shlishi. His body is so tamei that his body can make other fruit a shlishi. Now let's see our Gemara. That's one shita. Says the Gemara, Yosef Rabbi Yitzchak Bar Shmuel Bar Mata Kami Rabbi Nachman Yosef Kol Ma'oichel Shlishi Shel Chullin Shenatzal Taras HaKodesh. He says, Ta'ar Lechol BaKodesh. He's nothing. His body is nothing. Forget about a sheni. Forget that it goes all the way back to sheni. His body is not even a shlishi. It's nothing. She'ein lecho dover she'oiser revi b'kodesh elo kodesh mekudosh bilvad. So here you have it. Here you have another shita. That what? What does kodesh mekudosh mean? Kodesh means I designate this animal. I say I'm bringing it to the Beis Hamikdash as a carbon. What is it now? Kodesh. What's kodesh mekudosh? When I actually take my animal and I shecht it in the Beis Hamikdash. His goof became kodesh. When a goof of an animal becomes kadosh, that's kadosh mekudosh, and that has a whole nother level. That could become a revi. But anything else, just regular fruit, can never become a revi. Another example is the bread that's brought with a mincha. After you bring the mincha, it's kadosh mekudosh. It has a tremendous amount of kedusha to it, so it's very sensitive to tumah. According to Rashi, this is a Rabbanon halacha. According to Tosfos, it's Doiraisa. But that's it. This is what Rabbi Yitzchak Bar Shmuel Bar Marta says, that if a person eats Chullin Shenatzal Taras HaKodesh and he eats his shlishi, he's nothing. Why? Because the only thing that can make him tamei is a revi. The only thing that becomes a revi is not him. He can never become a revi. Is a special case of a carbon that could become a revi, and that's it. Mosav Rami Bar Chama Shlishi. Rabbi Yeshua said yesterday we had Shlishi. If a person eats Shlishi, he becomes Sheni LaKodesh. Then his body, then he becomes a Sheni B'negeh to Kedusha to Kodesh. Vein Sheni LaTruma, but he's not a Sheni when it comes to Truma. In what case? B'chulin Shenatzal Taras Truma. Remember, we tried to understand yesterday. Is he coming to explain, or he came to say independent halacha? B'chulin Shenatzal Taras Truma. Ask the Gemara, why if he eats a shlishi, he becomes a sheni? Amai halav kodesh mekudeshu. According to you, Rabbi Yitzchak Bar Shmuel Bar Marta, the only way to become a shlishi or become a sheni is if you're eating kodesh mekudosh. Amalei hanach letruma. I said it's talking about b'chulin shenatzal taras truma. Truma is different, like we explained yesterday. Shetaharoso tuma yitzal hakodesh. That what? We explained here. A guy that's makbid on truma, only on truma, this case, then for a person that's makbid on kodesh, this guy is zero. We have to assume if he's makbid on kodesh and he's makbid on 3 steps removed from the sheretz, he won't even eat a fruit that touched the fruit that touched the fruit that touched the sheretz. That's how much he's makbid on chulin. Then he always has to assume that this guy, right, the guy that daven Shmoneh Esrei only for 10 minutes, not 15 minutes, this guy, who's only makbid on 2 things removed from sheretz, he's going to assume that everything he has is a rishon. So if his fruit touches his fruit, he's going to assume that it was a rishon. He doesn't care what he's makbid on. This guy is very makbid on a sheni. Legabi him, his fruit is tamei. In his mind, everything is tamei. He doesn't care about people that are makbid on truma, and certainly not people that are makbid on chulin b'tara. So he views it as a rishon. In Mamela, anything that the guy that's makbid on truma touches in his fruit becomes a sheni, because he has to assume it's the worst case scenario. What's the worst case scenario? That his fruit is a rishon. And if his fruit is a rishon that touched the kodesh guy's fruit, then the kodesh guy's fruit becomes a sheni. Now the truma shtarasa tumo, he ate sil kodesh. He literally views it as tamei. Where do we see this concept that you view another guy's stuff bechumra like tuma? You don't even give him the credit that he was makbid at least halfway. So maybe say, okay, the guy's makbid on truma, it should be maybe a sheni touched me. Why would you go all the way back to say a rishon touched? You see this concept mefurish where
That what? Monitoring that what? What do we?
that somebody that's really makbid, so the guy before him is nothing. Right? The famous vart. Like, how do you know that that guy's a shegitz? Or how do you know that guy's a super frumak? You look at yourself. If I daven Shemona for 5 minutes and that guy davens for 6, then that guy's a mamish frumi. And the guy that davens 4 is a shegitz. So you look at yourself, right? What are you? You're makbid on kodesh. So the guy before you, the so to speak shegitz guy, he's truma. He's nothing. He's not a half a tzaddik. He's a nothing. He's not makbid on anything in my mind. How do I look here? We see it over here. The Snan. It says mefurish in the Mishnah. Big day Amaretz, the clothing of Amaretz, and we brought it yesterday. This concept, medrus leprushin. What's medrus? Medrus is a tumah that if just by putting your weight on clothing, if the person is a zav or nida, the clothing becomes tamei. Now, a parush is somebody that's makbid. He's a good guy. He's much more than a regular person. He's makbid not to eat regular food, betuma. In other words, he has makbid b'tahara on all his food. They were very makbid in those days. Tumah and tahara was a big thing. We're not so familiar with it. But then they were very, very careful. Always going to the mikveh, always being makbid, always tahara. Why? Stop. He wanted to take upon himself a chumrah that all his food in his house should be tahar. Meaning, tahar only to the level of Chullin. Altar is Chullin.
That's a parush.
That's a parush. He's a parush. He's not stam a person. He's a parush. But then you have a guy that's one more step. So what does that mean? He won't eat food that touched fruit that touched a sheretz. He won't eat a sheni.
The next guy.
No, the parush. Parush. This guy is the end step of all these things. I couldn't put them in. They didn't fit pasha. So this guy is very bad. That's why I put an arrow from everywhere. If the banana touched the sheretz, the banana becomes a rishon. The green apple in his hand becomes a sheni. A person that's parush won't eat a sheni. A person that's makbid on truma won't eat a shlishi. And a person that's makbid on won't eat this. So let's see inside. Now the next step, big day prushin medris la'oichlei truma. A person that is makbid to eat truma. In other words, he's makbid on truma, so the clothing of the parush are nothing to him. He considers all the begadim of a parush as tamei. Big the oichlei truma medrus l'kodesh, and the guy all the way in the bottom, the biggest machmer of all, the kodesh guy. There's so few of them that Rabbanan didn't even impose any xeris on them. Because there's such tzaddikim, there's so few of them, it's not kedai to give them any xeris. So the clothing of the step before them is all tamei medrus to them. And we're assuming that
worrying message there.
what?
No matter what.
A bit of a worrying message there.
Why?
You don't only 4 minutes from now, so you're a shaykhs.
You're always going to be someone else's Shabbos guy.
You have to.
Wherever you go, it's someone else.
What's normal?
He has to assume that the guy that's not as makbid as him, something bad slipped into his food.
This is what Rabbi Akiva
I am so makbid, I don't let anything slip into my food. So Mela, I don't.
That's what Akiva said. It did cause.
We're causing this.
Yeah, no, Rabbi Akiva.
Halacha. He's right saying it's the halacha. Not that he's
Right. And this caused Rabbi Akiva the Amoratzim to hate the Chachamim. Yeah.
We said in Kibbutz Chayim.
Actually, we're gonna discuss Tamaratzim and Tamid Chacham in a second.
Einayim Ramos. Einayim Ramos means you look high, down on other people.
He's not looking down. He is super makbid. He's makbid on tahara. He has to. When you're makbid on tahara on the highest level, that means that I cannot rely on your hashgach of tahara because
I can't even touch your. If you're over here, I can't put my hand on your.
Right. Because you're not makbid as much as me, and I'm makbid on the highest level. Big day oichlei.
It's not looking down, it's looking
It's looking up. It's looking up. Big day oichle truma medras lekodesh. Okay, fine. So you see this concept. Amarava midrasas kamris. What are you proving to me from the Mishnah of Tommy medras, which is a zav that sits on clothing? Shani midrasos shema teishav aleim ishtei nida. It's very common that a woman's wife sits down on the laundry or on the whatever it is, and it happens all the time that you have nida that creates a tumas medras on things. And Memela, I'm very makbid on that, and I don't want things to get out of hand. So I said, if you're makbid on truma and I'm makbid on kodesh, I cannot rely on any of your clothing. I'm not so worried about it.
Why?
Because people don't sit on fruit. Sit and touch fruit. Sitting, it happens all the time. People sit down on the bed, boom, they break your glasses. They sit down on this and that. They sit down all the time on things, and they have to. You know what I'm talking about? People sit down on things all the time, and they break things. They need to sit down. They don't realize there's something on the chair. But this fruit, people that have tumah, they don't go around touching fruit. It says it. Oh, he says they do.
They sit on the
Fine.
Except you find in the supermarket.
No, these are special supermarkets for people who are kodesh. That's it.
Yeah.
Special supermarket.
Moser, you mean divda? Umi amrin bepeira. Rabbi Yitzchak says in fruit you have to be makbid as well. Vosnan im omar hifrashli l'toicha revis kodesh nemon. So here we're talking about amoretz. There's a big difference. The Gemara says amoretz, and this is similar to what we were talking about before. You're gonna be in trouble. I hear it already. Somebody's gonna need that seat. I hear it from a mile away.
Be calm.
Yeah.
It's too
Yeah. Yisachar seat is available. Fine. Akopanim, it goes like this. Amaretz, we said that his kodesh wine, his kodesh stuff, is okay. We don't have to worry about it. Why? So here's what you guys were kind of saying. I don't know if you mechav into this or not. It says the Amaretz, if you tell the Amaretz that we don't want to have anything to do with you, and we're so makbid and your clothing, you can't come to our simchas, we're not coming to your simchas, you know, that kind of thing. So they're going to open up a new Beis HaMikdash. They're going to make their own paraduma, they're going to make their own mizbeach, they're going to create issues. So we instituted a gzeira, we said, they're kodesh, yeah, they're kodesh, we can rely on their kodesh. If they say their kodesh is not tamei, we'll rely on them. What about the truma? No way. Truma not. So what do we have here? We have an amaretz that has a barrel of truma. Can we rely on his truma? No. Then he goes and he says, by the way, in this barrel of truma, I put a revius of wine, of kodesh. Now we have a big problem. Because kodesh we rely on. We believe the amaretz that the kodesh is tar. Why? Because we're scared. What?
He treats it seriously.
He treats it seriously, but we're concerned that he's going to open up a new Beis HaMikdash. We don't want to create. We don't want new religions, right? He's going to create this new thing. So you say kodesh is good, but he just put his kodesh into the truma. So on the one hand, the truma should ruin the kodesh. It should make it possible. What's the halacha? Neman. And we don't say that the truma ruins the kodesh. And if you're telling me that it's literally, we view it as tamei, truma kodesh, so immediately, as soon as that kodesh is in his barrel, it should become tamei through the truma. The truma is tamei. He's amaretz. Says the Gemara. You're talking about things that are connected. We have a problem. We have to treat his kodesh with respect. We don't want him to open up another Beis HaMikdash. So therefore, we're going to say that anything that touches his kodesh is tar for the time being. Usually it's not, but because it's connected, what are we going to do? If we say it's tamei, he's going to open up a new Beis HaMikdash. So we say it's tar, and the truma that touches it is also tar. Now Taisus points out a beautiful taina over here. You have kodesh in the barrel of truma. So what are you going to do with it? The kohen can't drink it. Truma is for a kohen. But he can't drink kodesh because that's kodesh. It's Beis Hamikdash wine. It's not his. So how's he going to drink it? So you have to say yesh breira, that he puts it aside and he puts the revius. He says whatever's left over in the barrel, one revius left over, that's the kodesh.
Is that the rice of things? Truma? Eating kodesh?
What part?
Kodesh, eating kodesh.
It's awesome the rice, huh?
And breyer what?
Yeah. We paskin yesh that he's mevar. He says at the end that there's a.
Breyer does not work in the rice.
We do it when we take mice.
Yeah, then we have that thing that he could say after Shabbos. We just learned that after Shabbos, I'm designating over there, and that's the part that goes to.
Yeah, it's not exactly that's actually a problem. It's just we're relying on him because he's saying that that's tahar.
Now sometimes, hold on. This is a little different than Breyer. Breyer says, I don't know how to differentiate. I don't know which part is it. But if he's saying, I'm designating the last part of this barrel, I know which part it is. It is the last part. I don't know. Maybe that's the difference.
It's easy to understand.
I don't know if that helps that much, but okay.
It is tahar. It's just he's.
No, this kodesh mixed with truma. How does he drink it? It's mixed in the same barrel.
But the truma is the amaretz is tahar.
I'm not talking about tar and tummy now. I'm talking about a major problem of kodesh. How could a kohen drink wine that's kodesh? If I donate wine to the Beis Hamikdash, the kohen cannot drink it. If he drinks it, he's chayiv misa. How could he drink it? It's kodesh. It's the Beis Hamikdash. The guy took kodesh wine, dumped it into truma wine. Nothing to do with tum and tahara. You said that we got away with tum and tahara. We said he's allowed to drink the wine because we're scared of the Amar. It's opening up a new Beis Hamikdash and shechting his own paraduma. Fine, so it's not tamei. But how could he eat it? It's kodesh. So you have to say that it is kodesh, but he puts it on the bottle of the barrel. He says in his mind that the last part of the barrel is kodesh. The rest of the barrel remains truma, and truma kohen is allowed to drink. Memela, the kohen drinks it. Otherwise, this wine is worthless. Who's going to drink it? A Yisrael can't drink it because it's truma. A kohen can't drink it because it's kodesh. Yisrael can't drink it either because it's kodesh. Kitzer, so you have to say bread.
So he has to eat truma based on
No, the truma you drink anywhere. The kodesh he has to drink in the Beis Hamikdash. The kodesh is not even for him to drink. He has to pour it on the mizbeach. Mazur Rav Huna bar Nosson. We're almost done here, Rabbi said. Almost done. Mazur Rav Huna bar Nosson hasheni sheba chulin mitam mashkin chulin. So this was the amazing halacha that we had yesterday. That a guy that is a sheni, right? He's one step removed. He's a sheni. Let's pretend that this apple is a sheni. That's what he is, the person. And he touches liquid that's on this orange over here. The liquid turns into a rishon, turns into a banana, goes backwards, and therefore the liquid makes the orange into a sheni.
Say that again.
Basically, he's going backwards here. He is a sheni. He touches liquid. What should happen to the liquid? The liquid should become a shlishi, but instead it becomes a rishon. It jumps back one step. Special halacha that only has to do with liquid. Instead of every time it goes one step further, one step away, it should become an orange. Instead, the liquid becomes a banana. It goes backwards. It becomes a rishon. It becomes more tamei than he himself. And so what does that help me if it becomes more tamei? That then that liquid in return makes the fruit that the liquid is on the same level as what touched it. Because a rishon makes a sheni. So a sheni touched liquid that's on a fruit, so that fruit becomes a sheni as well. How did it become a sheni? Through the liquid becoming a rishon, and it touches fruit. By the way, I should have said this yesterday, but there was a beautiful, one of the nicest Rav Shlomo Zalman Auerbach chaps that I heard. I'll never forget this one. He says, everybody knows in Kiddush, you have to fill up the cup. All the way, right? People fill up the cup and then it spills all over their hands and everything. So he says, no. I could bring you a raya that when the Gemara says filling it up, it doesn't mean all the way to the tippy top. It means just below the tippy top. Why? Because of this concept. Because the Gemara in Bracha says nitzotzes, that what happens is that the wine falls on the cup. Now your hands are a sheni, and they touch the wine. What does the wine become? A rishon. It goes back a madrig. It becomes worse than your hands. And then in return, the wine is going to be metame your cup.
Wine's like water or something?
Yeah, it's liquid. So says Reb Shlomo Zalman Auerbach, then that means that there's no wine on the side of your cup. Otherwise, you'd have major problems during Kiddush, or at times the Gemara at least. How do you have no wine on your cup if you fill it all the way to the top? As soon as you lift it, it starts spilling everywhere.
There's a constant stream between.
No, that's nitzoik. Nitzoitzoit means just little droplets of water, like on the Coca-Cola commercial.
Well, they had steady hands.
And it goes back.
Steady hands. You have to have mamish steady hands until lamalo, and it never drips over. Because if a chas v'sholom drips, then you're creating a tumah here, a major tumah. So your mamish, you know for sure you're not going to create a tumah. Okay, fine. So Meli says it goes right below. I'm just saying this concept of your shiny hands touching the liquid creates a monster here. Because the liquid becomes more stronger than your hands. It becomes more tummy than your own hands, which in return make your kli tummy. Migaboy, right? We learned the sugi of migaboy. The metal kli gets tumah from the outside of it. Come shave kids. Okay, fine.
How do you show them make havdalah?
You don't. I don't know. You don't. Even him, the real Litvak.
10 minutes.
Okay, fine. So let's see it inside. Hasheni shebechulin, a sheni of just chulin, metame mashkin chulin. So you have to insert many words here. That it's metame the mashka to become a rishon to make the chulin a sheni. Fine. Upoisel achlei truma. So a sheni of chulin makes truma food possible, meaning it doesn't give it enough power to continue on the tumah. It only poisel it. Vashlishi. Now here's the problem. This word right here. Vashlishi. You just told me shlishi is nothing. Vashlishi metama mashke kodesh upoisel achlei kodesh bechulin shenas otaris hakodesh. Okay. So over here it says that shlishi is metama, makes a revi. A shlishi makes a revi. Says the Gemara Tanoi, the Sanya Chulin Shenas Otaris Kodesh Harein Kechulin. Reb Elazar Reb Tzadok Omer Harein Ketruma. For what? L'tamish Shnayim. It's metama two things. It makes a rishon and a sheni. The live soil echad. So that's the story. So at the end of the day, Al Taris HaKodesh, if somebody's makbid on Taris HaKodesh, we have three shitas. We have the Chachamim that say that's mamish like Kodesh, and Memela, the Shlishi can make a revi. We had Reb Elazar Reb Tzadok Shmuel that says that it's like truma, and it only creates a shlishi. And then we have the Tanakama over here that it's nothing. It doesn't become a shlishi. It's just like chulin. So there's three shitas. So to answer your thing, guy all the way at the end. What's his name? Hi, Rabbi Mishkafayim. Yeah, Rabbi Yosef. So here you have three shitas. Yes, you have a man that says it becomes a revi. You have a man that says it becomes a shlishi. You have a man that becomes nothing. It's like chulin. It's zero. All right. No, that's it. Everybody who had issues with these kind of things could wake up, and we're brand new Masechta.
This justifies the one in charge of certain streets is not eating from their own streets.
Yeah, I don't know, just whatever.
Rabbi Scheinberg.
We have a history with these things. Fine.
I don't think it's so much a question of the person's from or the other.
Oh.
He's got a costume in the house, and he's got to live at a different level. The other guy doesn't have costume in the house, so he doesn't do nothing.
The point is that the other guy doesn't have kachim, but he's makbid on chenis. But we don't think that he's makbid on chenis.
Same idea.
Exactly. I was gonna point that out.
And the guy doesn't have his phone on his wife.
That's right.
No, when you said these guys, hello, these guys that are pasal edus because they have smartphones, Those are the guys that are going to open up their own Beis Hamikdash. In society, they say they're Pasaleidos. The guys that have smartphones.
I know. I was at a chassan.
I'm Pasaleidos.
They asked me to be an aide. And the Tzaddik Kedushim, famous, he asked me that question. I said, no, I'm not going to say his name. Everyone will be shocked because he's very normal.
I told you this story. I'm not going to say his name. I was in a yeshiva in America.
You did say the name.
I said it right? No, I didn't say his name. Okay. So I was on the chuppah. He didn't ask me if I had a cell phone or not because there was no cell phones in those days. And he looked at me, just by looking at me, he said, "You are Pasaleidos, get off the chuppah."
Wow.
Ma'aseh Shaya. It's at Mati Frankel. Anybody know Mati Frankel from Ramat Bet Shemesh? I was at his chasana, and he go, a chaver of the chasan, b'chubah with Eidei Kedushin. I get up there, I'm so excited, I never had any kibbutz in my life. I get up there, the Rosh Hashiva looks at me and goes, you're Pasaleidos. Go back to your seat. The problem was it was on the microphone. The whole place heard it. And for some reason I thought it was cool. I don't know, I was like, wow, I was on the chuppah, I got off the chuppah. Okay.
He says, the Chassan asks his friends to mahar b'shuva, so they can be frustrated.
And then he doesn't invite them, b'chlal. Yeah. By the way, no. So at Hillel's Chasana, I was Eid Kiddushin. At Hillel's Chasana, you gave me Eid Kiddushin. Shkoyach, thank you, Hillel. And so the Masada Kiddushin asked me. He says, "I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to ask you. Could you please be Mahar B'tshuva now?" So I said, "But I'm Toivo V'Sheretz B'Yodi. I'm holding a cell phone." Fine.
Can he still let UVA?
He also had a cell phone. He's looking up the halachas. Not mamish, but okay. Reb Shimon Oimer B'Shchita. Omar Rav Asi. Oimer Hayer Reb Shimon. That's the biggest introduction to the sugya. Omar Rav Asi. Oimer Hayer Reb Shimon. Shchitasoi machsheres v'lei dam. So remember, going back to the Mishnah, Rav Asi says the whole sugya started. What's created the whole issue? A guy shechted an animal, and there was no blood, says the Gemara, but if there is blood, it's Mikabel Tumah, so that was the whole sugya. How you Mikabel Tumah? Your hands are shame. Comes Reb Shimon and says, I don't need blood. The shchit is machshir. How is the shchita machshir? Like we said yesterday, when it comes to Tumah, why do you need water? What's this water business? Chiyutan, you put water on the fruit, now you can become tummy. Because you machshir the fruit. What does mach mean? It's the final step. So there's another final step with an animal. By shechting it, that's the final step. More than that, Rashi over there says, you remove the Ever Menachai from it, and you make it Roy Lachili. He says over there, you're making food. How are you making food? Because before it was Ever Menachai, now you're making food. What do I need blood? To sprinkle blood on it. What's the blood? It's Shchita. Comes Rav Asi and says, not only does the Shchita help, but blood doesn't help. He's not saying, oh, there's no blood, I could use this thing called Shchita. It's only Shchita that makes the meat Mukhshir lekabel tuma. And what's the difference? Okay, so he says blood and he says no blood. He says, but at the end of the day, the meat is tame. The difference is, can I use the blood to make fruit tame? I have a pile of fruit underneath this cow while I'm shechting him, and blood is sprinkling everywhere. Did the fruit just become roy lekabel tuma? Because according to Rav Asi, blood is nothing. It's the shchita that makes him mikabel tumah. What? Oh, there's no hechsher dam. We'll see. That's the sugya now. Some blood yes, some blood not. There's 3 types of blood.
Are we saying that the dam itself will become, even though it's not the cause, but it's
still liquid? That's what he's saying. That's what he asked. And we're going to see the difference. Says the Gemara. So the Gemara brings an interesting raya. It's very hard to understand the raya. It says in the Mishnah, Reb Shimon says, it's the shchita creates a hechsher. Ma'ila b'shchita v'lo b'dam. Loy al b'shchita. So what's the having of the Gemara? I don't know. But the Gemara thought for a second that maybe Reb Shimon himself meant only shchita, but says the Gemara, you can't prove it from his words. It happens to be a case where there's no blood, so he said, even shchita is machshir. Toshma, omalem Reb Shimon v'chiyado machshir, shchita machsheres. Again, it's not the blood that's machshir. It's not only blood. It's shchita and blood. It's not only shchita. Toshma. Reb Shimon Oimer, dam hameis. So according to Rashi, what's dam hameis? A dead animal that blood flows out of it. Einui machshir. According to Tosfos, this whole sugi is talking about a dead person. The blood is flowing. We're going to go according to Rashi. The animal died and there's blood flowing from it. My love, hodam shchita machshir. It seems like only blood coming out of a dead animal doesn't have the property in it to be machshir of fruit, to be machshir of things. But blood out of a shchita is different. Loi. Hodam chalalim machshir. So basically there's three categories. There's an animal that was shechted, and there's an animal that died on its own. What's the middle category? An animal that's shot in the head. An animal that was killed. So it's three bloods. Blood oozing out of a dead animal that died on his own, b'dei shomayim, killed with a knife in his heart, killed aydei shchita. It's three categories, and they're very different, because each one has a different pasuk. So Obed Gemara is saying that dam chalalim, that blood that came from an animal that was killed, not died on its own, that's kosher. That is machshir. It's machshir fruit. Why? Because there's a pasuk. V'dam chalalim yishta. The Bilam says the blood from a lion that devoured an animal yishta. So you see the fine. Avadam shchita mai loy machshir. So what are you telling me? The only blood that comes out of an animal that got killed, that's machshir peris, but blood from shchita not. So ibazor lishmin and dam shchita v'kolshin dam ameis. So you tell me there's one category that's good, an animal that was killed, but the other two categories, shchita, an animal that died on his own, they're not machshir. So say the biggest chiddush. What's the biggest chiddush? Shchita. Even if you shecht and there's blood that comes out, it's not machshir. So certainly an animal that died on its own. The mameis tzricha, you know, there's a chiddush in the blood of a dead animal. So kedad chamina malikadli iu malikadli malchamavis. What's the difference between shooting an animal in the head or the satan, the malchamavis shooting it in the head? They both died. Kamashmal, there's a difference. Tashmar Reb Shimon Oimer dam agefasa yinim machshir. Blood from a wound does not machshir perix. My love, so I could be medayik from that. Or dam shchita machshir. Loi. Hadam chalal machshir. The only thing I give him daik is that blood from a killed animal is machshir. Hadam shchita mai. The same question. But so you're going to tell me dam shchita loy machshir. So lishmin and dam shchita v'kolshkin dam magefasa. So if dam from a shchita, that animal dies over there in the process, is still not machshir an animal. So certainly dam that comes out of a cut in his leg, of course it's not going to be machshir peiros. No, you killed his arm, it's the same thing as killing his body maybe. So the blood is blood and the blood should be machshir, no. And now the Gemara just says, why is getting killed, an animal gets killed, why is it any different than an animal that gets shechted or an animal that dies on his own? So you see there's a special ribu in the Torah about blood from an animal that got killed, because here it's talking about a lion that killed an animal. Yishta. Dam shchita nami ksiv al aris tishbachenu kamoyim. We have a pasuk over there by shchita. Ahu lemishli daman lepsula mikdashim ban nodas. That pasuk we can't learn that it's machshir food because I already use it to say that I'm allowed to have hana from an animal that you set aside for carbon, and then it had a psul, and I was paid it. I can eat the meat, but I can't shear its wool, and I can't use it. I can't do any work with it. I would think that it's blood you have to bury, and I cannot use it. Komash malon from the pasuk that I could use it, but I can't learn from that it's machshir fruit. Only an animal that was killed, its blood is machshir fruit, and now we're holding on the proper daf. Have a wonderful day. It's mishnayos. Yeah. We don't have professional caretakers of the